You know, uh, this is a video I've been meaning to make for a while. It's just me showing off like my old books that I have in my collection, my old horror novels to be precise. I thought like, oh, it'd be cool to show off a bit art, so I'll just get started. This is like these are the ones I just got today. It's from Paul Zendel. This one's called Loch, which is about the Loch Ness monster. This one people say it's pretty fun. It's kind of a simple horror. Like apparently this one's like people just say it's good for teenagers. It seems like that was the demographic it was made for, so it's pretty simple. This is also from Paul Zendel. This one's called Raptor, which you can guess what's it about a killer raptor. But look at that raptor, look at its teeth. It's really cool. Yeah. This one I got because Alex Dids told me about it. It's called Rats, also from Paul Zendel. This one he told me it's pretty graphic and crazy, so I thought why not get it? It'd be great for the collection. Plus I'm actually a fan of like killer rat books. I have a few of them. I've read, one of my favorite books is actually The Rats from James Herbert. Really fun novel. Really graphic though, not for the squeamish, just saying. And this one's called Night of the Bat from Paul Zendel. Yeah, this one, keep in mind all these Paul Zendel books, they have like this plastic thing covered in dust jacket, so it's really hard to show the cover correctly. But yeah, this one's basically about giant killer bats just going on a rampage. So yeah, I got all these books too for a good price, so I figured why not. So I had to adjust the camera. This one's called Earthblood. This one I haven't read yet. Heard good things about it. Love the cover though. I mean, come on, check it out. Yeah, spooky. That one's just basically about like some warehouse being built in some small town. People are happy because the warehouse is like bringing a bunch of jobs in, but then, well, the warehouse is built on Native American burial ground, so spooky stuff starts happening. So anyway, this one's called The Count of 11. It's about a guy who owns a thriving video rental store. He basically gets like some chain letter telling him to like, just send this to 11 people you know, otherwise bad things will start to happen. He'll regret it, but he just throws it away because he thinks it's trash, like spam. And well then, crazy things start to happen. Sorry, this one's called Thirst. This one I tried reading, couldn't get into it. Just a vampire novel. That was kind of, it couldn't draw me in. I read like 30 or so pages from it. Just couldn't feel it. So I might try again to read it again someday. This one's called Curfew. I haven't read this one either. Interesting cover, and I heard good things about this book, but I don't really know much about it because I just sort of got it because it was free. It was like, oh, like when I bought some used books, they threw that in one for free. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'll take it. Here's another one. It's called The Monastery. This one I read recently, about like less than a week ago actually. Really good. It was kind of confusing, but it was still enjoyable. Really pretty cover. This one's basically about a family. They get stranded because of a blizzard. The car breaks down, so they have to take refuge in some monastery. And basically the monastery is like ran by some like weird cult. They have like weird practices. It was enjoyable. Anyways, next one. This is The Plants. This one's actually from 1984, and I got this one. I'm not sure I can really show in video, but like it's still really good condition despite how old it is. And look at that cover. It's just like, I love it. It's great for the collection. I got this one. It's like almost new, and it was like $8. So I was like, oh yeah, I'll take it. This one is a book I also read recently, like 2 or 3 weeks ago. It started off well and has an amazing cover, but sadly the book sucks, so that wasn't really good. This one's called The All Hallows Eve. Again, the cover, look at that spooky house with the moon and the clouds. It's so good, but sadly the book sucks. It has like one of the most rushed, abrupt endings I've ever seen in a horror novel, like ever. I was like, when I read it, I was like, wait, are there pages missing? I was like, there has to be pages missing. There's no way it ends that way. That was kind of tragic. This is another book from the same author. His name is Richard Lehman. I like this one. This one's actually a lot of fun. My sister gave it to me. It's called Darkness Tell Us. It's basically about like some Ouija board telling these kids what to do, and it seems like it seems to have a reward. Like it tells them, oh, if you do this thing, you'll get like money basically, and then spooky stuff starts to happen. I'll leave it there. Here's another one. This one's called Blood Farm. It's basically a very like old school vampire novel, but yeah, I love the cover. Like I just love creepy houses and castles and covers. It looks so good. This one I read is like, yeah, it was pretty good. I liked it a lot. It was very old school vampire, not like Twilight. You know what I mean? Here's another one. This one from Guy and Smith. He makes some really fun, cheesy novels if you're into that sort of thing. It's called Alligators. It's basically about alligators that escape the zoo and they start going on a rampage. It's pretty cheesy, but it's very enjoyable. Had nice kills, really fun. And I gotta let it cut like an alligator. Yeah, really cool. This is from the same author. This is called Cannibals. This is my favorite novel of Guy and Smith. It's basically people go on vacation in some small English village, like in the middle of nowhere. And it turns out there's like some cannibals living in the mountains, and they're like really deformed and stuff like that. This one's really good. I like that one a lot. I had a blast reading through it. This is another one from Guy and Smith, The Slime Beast. Really fun. Pretty cheesy, but it was enjoyable. This is Afterlife. This one, it was alright. I don't know, like I thought the ending was pretty lackluster and thought it was kind of abrupt and predictable, but it was decent. It's basically about this blind woman who can she starts like having like a sixth sense about stuff and like can hear things that no one else can hear and see things no one else can see. That's why she's blind. Couldn't get into it. Well, actually, that's not wrong. It's like I was enjoying it, but it's just like I wasn't like loving it. You know what I mean? This one's called Out of the Night. It's like see a creepy hand coming out of the grave. This one was really fun. Really, and this one it felt so 90s. When they talk about the style and the clothes they're wearing, this one's pretty fun. And also has a pretty how you say, it actually has a bit of a history lesson too. I was a little surprised. This is one of my favorites in my collection because I was able to find a first edition. The Cartoonist. Basically about like this evil cartoonist here. He draws things and they become real, and he draws like really bad, evil, spooky stuff. This one's actually it's kind of cheesy, but it was really good. Like this was really fun. I was actually a little surprised how much I liked it because I thought it was gonna be like really cheesy fun, but then I was kind of like, it's actually a very well written novel because some of these ones they're kind of very simplistic, Okay. This is another one. This is from Sean Hudson, called Slugs. You can probably guess what it's about. It's basically about killer slugs. This was fun, pretty graphic, and they actually made this into a movie, and that movie's really, really bad, but it's pretty fun. It's like it has some like the really, really, really bad acting and dialogue, but it's enjoyable. And the book, I guess, was successful enough. They actually made a sequel called Breeding Grounds. Breeding Ground, just no S. Basically, the killer slugs return. Here's another one. This is actually one of my favorite covers I got recently. I haven't had a chance to read this one either, but it's called Children of the Night. Oh, you can look at that. It's like a spooky castle on there. It takes place in Romania. It's basically about vampires. This is another one from Richard Lehman, the guy who did All Hallows Eve and Darkness Tell Us. It's called Amara. It's basically about basically a mummy who awakens from like 4,000 years of slumber and just goes on a rampage. This one was pretty fun. I liked it. Let's see. Okay, these ones, like this one, there's a lot of them, so I'll just make it very brief. But this was called Necroscope. I have like 12 of the books. So I'm going to, I'll just tell you basically what the first one's about. It's basically about like a British guy named Harry. He's part of this like intelligence agency during the Cold War, but it's like they do stuff about the paranormal, and it's like they're sort of against the Soviet branch that does the same thing. They have like paranormal abilities. So here's the first one. It's Necroscope 1. I read about 4 of these. That was a while back, so I forgot about a lot of the info. There's like vampires and a bunch of supernatural creatures in this book series. It's pretty fun. It has a very unique writing style. I'm not sure how to describe it. Okay, third one. Here's the fourth. Fifth. Sixth one. I don't know if I actually have all these in order, but whatever. I'm just showing the covers. Because I have so many books, kind of hard to remember which one's in order, especially when they don't fully tell you. This one's just called The Lost Years. This is like The Lost Years Part 2. Because sometimes I see this book when it's in hardcover, it's just in one book, but sometimes for mass market paperback, they actually have 2. Like they put in 2 parts for whatever reason. This one's called Invaders. Defilers. And Avengers. Not to be confused with Marvel, but Okay, that's all my books that are like actually old, because I have a bunch of like reprints of books that are like, the stories are old, but they're like newer editions. I thought about doing like more of these videos once I like get once all the paperbacks from Hell come out, or once I get more from like some of my favorite authors. Like I plan to get more Richard Lehman books. The same guy who did Amara, because he has some really fun novels. They're really graphic though, and they're kind of stupid, but they're fun. Anyways, so I guess that's it. Bye bye.